Kevin, so you Texas week. That's all you need to hear. That's all you need to know to get fired up. Enjoy the NFL, but get ready. Because I don't know if the Sooners are going to bring it this week. I am going to bring it. Okay? I am going to bring it. I am going to bring you the absolute peak John Whitson pre-OU Texas that you've ever seen in the 3 years we've done it.
I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Is that a good thing?
Up until this point, Kevin, I've been mild. Okay? I'm a 14.5-point dog. That pisses me off. The more I only learned about this about an hour and a half ago. So I haven't even had time to absorb it. But I'm telling you what, it pisses me off. I don't know how many games Oklahoma has to beat Texas's ass. This is normally a rant. This should be the pregame. I should have put this first. But I'm like starting to settle into this. And I'm thinking to myself, the disrespect, Kevin, is unbelievable. I am shocked. Look, I don't care about a 14.5-point line, except to say it's disrespectful. Okay? All OU has done is owned you for the last 25 years. So I don't even know what to say, what to do, what to think. But Kevin, I am going to absolute bring it this week. I think Danny Stutzman's going to bring it. I think Billy Bowman's going to bring it. I think Michael Hawkins, the true freshman, whose dad knows what this is about, so you know he knows what it's about, they're going to bring it. So you better buckle up, Kevin. Buckle up.
Oh, well, listen to me. Quinn Ewers is going to bring it to that secondary.
Come on, dude.
Oh, yeah.
When you say that, do you realize how dumb that sounds at Quinn? Listen, if you want to say Colin Simmons is going to bring it, okay. You want to say Ryan Wingo's going to bring it? You want to say your offensive line is going to bring it? I'm down. Quinn Ewers bringing it is a joke.
He's going to bring it. I'm telling you right now, he's going to bring it to that secondary. Your corners, Kanai Walker, buckle up. Isaiah Bond, all you're going to see is the back of his name running into the end zone. Both of them.
Dude, listen, I love it. I'm so fired up. Look, I almost need to settle down. I'm so fired up. I can't even believe it's this late in the podcast and I'm this fired up. Kevin, enjoy the NFL.
Real quick, if you're watching this still, please keep liking and subscribing and commenting. Keep the discussion going in the comments because I want to hear what y'all think about this game. Who's going to win? What are the storylines that you're watching? Did
you see the Texas fan? I already mentioned this. I'm going to bring it up again. Texas OU. What is he doing?
What do you mean, what is he doing? He's addressing the game by its proper title.
Don't tell me how to call the game, dude. I don't need Texas fan telling me how to call the game.
It's Texas OU. Y'all can call it OU Texas. That's fine. But we call it Texas OU.
Did you see my comment back to him?
I did not. I
got my ass kicked in elementary and junior high and high school for calling it the OU Texas game in San Antonio.
There you go.
You think a little internet bullying is going to dissuade me, Kevin? It will not.
No. You call it.
It will not.
I will refer to it as Texas OU.
You know what? Is that how it's going to be this week? Is that how it's going to be this? You live in Oklahoma. You're married to a Sooner. You tell me what the name of the game is. You know it's OU Texas.
No,
are we literally fighting about that?
It's Texas OU. We can.
Oh my God. Listen, I did not know this was. I should have known it was going to get contentious. Okay, but I put it on you, Kevin. I'm not putting it on me. I think you're being unreasonable here. I think the viewers know if somebody's being unreasonable, and I think they're going to see right through it. They're going to see your smug little 14.5-point favorite attitude, and they're going to know that you're the one being unreasonable. That it is the OU Texas game. For 17 out of the last 25 years, it's been the OU Texas game, and we're about to make it 18.
Oh, no, not happening. The hat is coming back to Austin. And it's fine.
It hadn't been there in a while, so just enjoy it. It hadn't been there in a while. Dude, you count that game? You count that game when we had to have a tight end running quarterback?
Hey, that's your fault for not getting your roster right. You have the transfer portal. No excuses for not having another quarterback.
You know what? I'd love it.
Put Nick Evers in the game.
I'd love it. Dude, Nick Evers was terrible, apparently. I don't even know. Where's that dude at?
Last I heard, he was at Wisconsin.
No, listen, all that aside, I would love it if Gunnar Helm had to play quarterback. I mean, I don't want y'all to get like knocked out, but like ankle tweaks.
Well, I will say this.
I'd be fine if Gunnar Helm had to take snaps at quarterback. That would be okay with me.
if Quinn Ewers were to get injured, I feel pretty good about our backup quarterback situation.
Who's it? I don't know who you have back there.
Yeah, I
don't
think
know anything about your backup quarterback
from New Orleans. The guy who y'all's fans said was a 3-star if he didn't have his last.
Oh,
that
that's
guy.
right. Yeah, he's okay. I don't want to play him. I don't want to play his legs. I already said I'm on record. I'm on record that Quinn gives OU a better chance to win.
Look, when he had that long run against UTSA, he almost and don't think I'm going too far here. Don't think I'm saying
you're about to go too far. You're about to go too far.
Just if you go back and you watch, there was a game in 2003. Texas was playing against Nebraska, and Vince Young had a long touchdown run.
You're comparing Arch Manning to Vince Young, the greatest quarterback in 2005, the greatest quarterback of that season, maybe the greatest quarterback of the first 10 years of the decade and the century, and you are going to say that Arch Manning reminded you of Vince Young.
I'm going to show you the video.
This podcast has officially hit ridiculousness.
I'm telling you.
I have said some crazy stuff on this podcast, Kevin. I have gone over the edge. I have picked OU to finish 10-2. I picked OU to go undefeated a couple years ago. They went 7-5. Nothing is as stupid as you comparing Arch Manning to Vince Young.
Okay. I'm telling you, watch the 2 videos, and on those particular runs, if you look at how they ran on that play, Arch Manning running for a long touchdown looked very similar to Vince Young running for a long touchdown. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that Arch Manning is going to win a national championship. I'm not saying that he's going to go down in history. But if you go watch those 2 plays, it was very similar. That's all I'm saying. He hit 21 miles an hour on the GPS. What are we talking about?
If this is what if this is what I can expect you to bring this week, this will be the easiest week of my life. If this is the kind of trash talk and stats and thoughts and takes that you're going to bring, this is the easiest week of my life, Kevin. Look, we've got an hour and 20 minutes. I think we went too long. I think your brain's fried, bro. I think your brain is fried.
Is that my takes are typically spot on. Typically.
Okay.
I'm saying one play. See, and that's the thing. That's the thing about you, and you're being very typical of a lot of the OU fan base, right?
Am I?
I say that on this one particular play that Arch Manning had, and this one particular play that Vince Young had, these plays look very similar. Okay, it's like if you were to tell me.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me finish.
Are you going to tell me Michael Hawkins, the one play Michael Hawkins ran against Auburn, looks similar to Vince Young or Lamar Jackson? That's what you're. If I say, hey, on one play, Michael Hawkins looked like Lamar Jackson. That's what you're telling me. That's what you're telling me. That's okay to bring that to this podcast.
How is it not okay if we're talking about one play? Okay, when Michael Hawkins had that 48-yard touchdown run against Auburn.
And he looked like
you know who I thought about? You know who I thought about? No, I'm not even comparing Kyler Murray. That's something Kyler Murray would do. He looked like Kyler Murray with that kind of speed and acceleration.
I would not say that.
It's one play.
I wouldn't say it.
I'm not saying.
Dude, you got to earn it. You got to earn those comparisons. You have to earn those comparisons.
I'm not saying he's Kyler Murray.
No.
I'm not saying he's better than Kyler.
I don't care what you're saying. I'm saying the same thing about your Kyler Murray take and your Vince Young take. You have to earn it.
It's
Vince Young on the greatest. Listen, Vince Young has a 45-12 win against Oklahoma. Vince Young has one of the greatest performances in the history of the national championship game against USC. Maybe one of the greatest teams of all time. You do not talk about plays, individual plays, in the same breath with the levels of Kyler Murray and Baker Mayfield and Vince Young and Colt McCoy until they do it. Until they do it, Kevin. I don't want to hear it.
I'm yawning. I'm sorry. Your takes are just
wow.
Even though you're yelling, you're putting me to sleep. I'm really.
This
sorry.
is shocking behavior. This is shock. Listen. We have done this for 3. I've known you for 7 or 8 years. We've done this for 3 years. You are the most reasonable sports fan. You're probably the best sports fan I know. That's the absolute worst take I've ever heard in my life from anybody. My daughter Marjorie, my other daughter Lilia, my wife Alice has 1,000 better sports takes than Arch Manning is as good as Vince Young. I don't know what else to tell you.
There you go. See, there you go with your narrative, and honestly, a lie. I never said Arch Manning was as good as Vince Young.
That's what I heard.
When Michael Hopkins, you're telling me when Michael Hopkins had that 48-yard run, you didn't say, "Huh, that reminded me of something Kyler Murray would do." That never crossed your mind. One play. You're for some reason taking this and projecting this for the entire 2018 season. I'm talking about literally one play. He was shot out of a cannon.
No.
That was a Lamar Jackson type play. I'm not saying he's Lamar Jackson. He's played in 4 games. Or he's played, what, 2 games?
Six quarters. 6 quarters.
What?
It was a nice run. It was a nice run.
It was the best play you guys have had all season.
Offensively.
Correct.
Defensively, it was Kip Lewis. Kip Lewis. Kip Lewis pick 6.
Yeah, that's your play of the season. Offensively, best play you've had.
Was your best play of the season when Arch Manning looked like Vince Young? Is that your best play of the season?
Offensively, yeah. It was great. Great play. It was an exciting play. It just gives a glimpse of the future.
I'm on the record, Kevin. I don't want to see Arch Manning on the field in the Cotton Bowl. I do not want to face his athleticism. I think as a dual threat quarterback, he gives you a better chance to win the game. Do not bring "he looks like Vince Young" to this podcast. Do not bring it.
He looked like Vince Young on one play. One play. It's one play. And that's the problem with your narrative creating, and I get it. One play. I said one play. One play.
It's not the way this works. You have to earn it. You have to bring it. That's like saying Jaden Blue has a good run, and you're like, man, that looks like Earl Campbell. No, it doesn't look like Earl Campbell. It doesn't look like Earl Campbell
if he ran over 10 guys.
Until there's bodies laying behind you for 4 years. You don't get to say it, Kevin. You don't get to say it.
Okay.
You're talking about Vince Young's a legend, right? I'm saying this as an OU fan. Vince Young is a legend. You don't get to say that.
It's
That's
one
all
play.
I'm saying. Dude, he better win a national championship. Look, dude, I rarely put quarterbacks in the same name as Josh Heupel. And Josh Heupel was the worst quarterback out of like our top 5 quarterbacks. And I don't want you to talk about it. No. Bradford, Baker, Kyler, and Landry Jones.
Y'all don't like Landry though.
I don't like Landry.
Y'all did Landry dirty.
I don't like Landry Jones.
Y'all gave him.
I liked his wife. His wife was a great basketball player.
Yeah.
They made a Final Four.
Gave him I don't want to say the Chris Sims treatment like our fans gave. Chris Sims.
Landry Jones did beat Texas in a football game. Pretty handily one year, if I recall.
Yes. But the way y'all treated
Chris Sims never completed.
Yeah, but the way y'all treated him. Though.
You're telling me, okay, so not only, okay, so let me understand this. Let me understand.
Hey, no. I'm about to mute you. You're not about to go and start running away with this. I'm saying the way you treated your fans treated the stop. You're not about to go and run and make up some narrative like you and your suitors do. You always do that. You guys treated him like he was Chris Sims, who never beat your rival. That's how you guys treated Landry Jones. Like Texas fans treated Chris Sims. So I don't know why you guys treated him like that.
So I want to understand. Okay. Have you ever been to like marriage counseling or anything?
I have.
My wife makes us go like every 2 years just to get a tune-up. You know what I'm saying? It's like she calls it behavioral therapy. And you have to repeat back what your partner said, right? So you make sure you test for understanding. So you have to repeat back what your partner said. Am I allowed to do that right now?
You are, but you're going to say something
Am I allowed to repeat back what I thought I just heard?
Yes, you can. But even though what you think you heard is not what I said.
What you're doing is not a healthy. You're not being very healthy right now. Okay?
I'm going to mute myself while you talk.
Thank you. I didn't want to do that, but thank you. What you're telling me, I can't already do it with a straight face, is that you're comparing Chris Sims and Landry Jones and their performance in college as quarterbacks. That's what you just told me. You can unmute now.
Okay, I'm unmuted. No, what I said is your fans treated one of the most successful quarterbacks in the history of OU football like we treated Chris Sims, who never beat OU, which I thought was wrong by our fans. I hated the way we treated Chris Sims. Well, you treat Landry Jones like that, and I don't know why.
Well, maybe we have higher standards in Texas. Has that crossed your mind? Maybe we expect more from our quarterbacks. Maybe we expect our quarterbacks to not lose at K-State. Throw picks.
Baker lost at K-State. Jalen lost at K-State.
Dude, Jalen, we sucked in that game. We sucked in that K-State game. I had to go buy a new hat after that game that said "Run the damn ball" because I don't know what Lincoln Riley was doing in that game against K. Why are you going to bring up K-State? We're talking about OU Texas.
Hey man, we've both gotten got by K-State before. Although Texas did won 7 straight against them, and I'm glad we don't play them anymore.
I'm glad we don't play anybody in the Big 12 anymore. I'm glad we don't play anybody in the Big 12 anymore. I hate all those teams. I'm glad Oklahoma State got their ass kicked by West Virginia. Kevin, before this goes completely off, this is already off the rails, okay? Before it goes off the sidecar and down the ravine and blows up like in a movie, we better end it. Kevin, enjoy the NFL. You better bring it. You better bring it with a better take than Arch Manning is Vince Young. You better bring it with a better take than that. Kevin, I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday. I don't even have to say have a great week because I'm going to see you on Tuesday. You better bring it on Tuesday. You better bring it on Tuesday.
Don't I bring it? Come on, man. Y'all know what it is.
Share, like, please, comment. Let's keep this going for the next week. It's the greatest week in a Texas fan and an Oklahoma fan's life. Kevin, boomer.
Horns up, baby. Hook 'em.